So, hello everyone. Now we are gonna be discussing the strategy for audit. अब luckily इस बार audit के paper में you have not only 1 day leave, but you have 2 days leave, right? So it's the best thing to leverage this time out because generally audit एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जहाँ पे एक रेंज मैंने देखी है स्टूडेंट्स के मार्क्स की विच इज लाइंग फ्रॉम 40 to 55. पर्सनली अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताओ तो मैं तो 40 वाला व्यक्ति हूँ ऑडिट में, राइट? तो डेफिनेटली दिस इज अ रेंज वेयर पीपल स्कोर एंड ऑडिट में अगर अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए तो डेफिनेटली आपका एक स्कोर अच्छा बन जाता है एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव वन ऑफ आवर रैंकर अदिति. शी इज गोना बी गाइडिंग अस कि व्हाट वी आर गोना बी फॉलोइंग फॉर ऑडिट और ऑडिट में कैसे प्लान करना है, राइट? तो अदिति, थैंक्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन.
Yes, sir. Gladly, sir.
Yes. So हम ऑडिट का एक बार स्ट्रेटेजी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. देन वंस दैट इज डन वी विल आल्सो डिस्कस हाउ यू गोना बी प्रेजेंटिंग द आंसर्स इन पेपर. मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता हूँ. यस अदिति, आप आई होप आपको स्क्रीन विजिबल होगा.
Yes, sir.
हाँ. Yes Aditi, you can start it. No problem.
Okay. Okay. So audit, I believe, is the most feared subject. I was also very fearful कि audit कैसे करूँगी और marks कम आएंगे तो सारा word to word learn करना पड़ेगा. There are many fears related to audit. Inter में भी थे, final में भी थे, क्योंकि sir audit is like a subject की चलो conceptual clarity है, हमने पढ़ लिया, but at last we have to learn it. एंड ऐसा एक मिथ है कि जब तक हम बिल्कुल बुकिश लैंग्वेज नहीं लिखेंगे आईसीआई मार्क्स नहीं देगा. सबसे पहले तो मैं इस मिथ को क्लियर करना चाहूंगी कि एक ह्यूमन माइंड के लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है टू लर्न एवरीथिंग वर्ड बाय वर्ड. ऑडिट में व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इज देयर आर कीवर्ड्स, देयर आर द मेन वर्ड्स रिलेटेड टू ईच कॉन्सेप्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल कोई भी डेफिनेशन है, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ वी टेक मटीरियलिटी फॉर एग्जांपल, तो मटीरियलिटी में मैं आपको ये नहीं कह रही कि ऐसे में जो एज इट इज डेफिनेशन लिखी हुई है आपको वो क्रैम करनी है. आपको कुछ जो मटीरियलिटी कॉन्सेप्ट से रिलेटेड कीवर्ड्स हैं वो पता होने चाहिए, लाइक बेंचमार्क, परफॉर्मेंस मटेरियलिटी, ओवरऑल, एंड मतलब जो लाइक दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल. ऐसे ही हर कंसेप्ट के, हर क्वेश्चन के कीवर्ड्स होते हैं. You just have to know that and frame sentences. We can frame them on your own and the answer will be complete. Trust me, if you have written the keywords, if you have underlined the keywords, examiner की नजर सीधा keywords पे जाती है and अगर उन्हें वो सारे keywords दिखते हैं तो he or she will definitely give marks. Presentation पे we'll come on later on. First I'll start with the plan. You guys are very lucky since you have 2 days in audit. You will be able to prepare it in a very good manner. So what I have done is I have allocated more than enough hours for each of the topic so that you can practice the questions simultaneously. If we had 1 day, I know it would have not been possible to practice all the questions, but since we have 2 days, you can easily practice the questions along with the chapter. So starting with the day of the SFM exam, I assume you will start studying at 8 p.m. So start with professional ethics. It's definitely the important part. It will come for around 15 to, it has 15 to 20 marks weightage in exams, and it is the lengthiest one also, no doubt, but I assume that you have prepared it well beforehand only. So what you have to do is just like revise the clauses from the study material or like any notes with whatever material you have referred, revise all of them. You should try to remember the clauses and the schedule number, because around 3 to 4 questions are going to be asked in the exam, or in the MCQ also. They directly may ask, see, the CA will be guilty under which clause. So if you don't know the clause number, you will not be able to answer the MCQ also. So professional ethics is important from the MCQ point of view also, as well as from the descriptive point of view also. So cover it well. Try to practice the questions. Try to write 2 or 3 answers by hand. Like first of all, write as per clause this of this schedule, a CA in practice is found to be guilty of misconduct. This is the standard answer format. And then mention the clause, relevant clause, then explain the concept, and then at last, guilty or not guilty. Write it very carefully. Professional ethics, practice 2 or 3 questions. You have 2 days. Audit can be prepared very well. Coming to the next day, I have divided the chapters on the basis of their like what to say importance or like weightage only. Peer review and quality review, it's definitely going to come in the exam. There are many topics. The chapter is lengthy, no doubt, but we have to cover it. Cover it from the material. See the variety of questions which have come in the exam. You can refer, must have referred any question bank. You must have marked the different question, difficult questions or whatever. So first of all, read it. Try to learn the keywords, and no need to learn the complete sentences. Learn the keywords and then like practice the questions. 2 hours, I guess the whole chapter will be revised in 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, and you can practice the questions in 45 minutes. I have put essay 220 and SQC1 along with this because it is also the essay related to quality control and everything. So you can prepare it along with it. And essay 220, there are 2 or 3 questions in essay 220 which are quite important. Cover them properly. After that, company audit plus CARO. Again in CARO, learn the clauses number. There are 21 clauses. Directly, the same, it may be asked in MCQ also, and there may be a descriptive question from CARO also. Cover it properly, read all the theory, learn all the clauses number, and then practice the variety of questions which have been asked in the exam. Essay 700 series I have covered in the beginning because there are 700, 701, 705, 706, 710. We may see a question from this in the exam, and these are like we have studied them in inter also, no doubt, but we have to they are important in final also. And the same strategy, first of all read the essay and have a look at the question bank, what kind of questions are asked. Bank audit and NBFC audit. NBFC audit is a very small chapter, and if it question comes, it will come for 4 or 5 marks, and if you have done it properly, you can easily secure 3 to 4 marks in that. Bank audit, I know it's a lengthy chapter, but there are some important questions which are there. सर बैटरी लैपटॉप की खत्म होगी 1 मिनट के लिए.
अच्छा, चार्ज कर लो, प्रॉब्लम. Yes, so sorry for the glitch. Yes, Aditi can continue.
Okay. So bank audit mein there are few important topics which need to be covered, and see the bank audit mein, like there was a question on credit card operations जो हर attempt में आ रहा था, study material के back पे भी था, and luckily मेरे attempt में भी आ गया. So at least cover the important portion. After that, essay 610 is based on internal audit, and there is internal audit chapter. Cover them together, and see there are around 3 to 4 questions. See, there are only 3 to 4 to 5 questions which are there in every chapter. You just have to prepare that, and you must have prepared that beforehand. You are just revising the concepts. Now you have to just recall the points. See, if you see the question and there are like this is the first point, this is the second point, this must happen with you now. You don't have to read now, you don't have to learn now, you just have to recall now. All the preparation is done in the past 3 to 4, 5 months, whatever. You just have to recall the things now. And the same is, then I have covered the essay 600 series. After that, insurance audit is also again a big chapter, but there are questions like claims, premiums, commission. So these all topics need to be covered, and you can check the, like, because if you see the question bank, they have asked question from almost every topic. So we can't leave any topic. Audit of CFS is again a very, very easy and small chapter. And there are 5 to 6 questions maximum in the chapter. And CFS we have read in FR also. So it is related to that only. So it will not be very difficult to cover, and it will not take much time. Coming to the second day, see, 12 hours are allocated, and you can obviously modify the schedule according to you. And if something is left, or you think that this is too heavy or something, then you can increase your sitting to 13 or 14 hours based on your preparation. On second day, SEBI LODR, this chapter involves a lot of learning portion. Like we have to learn the number of director, we have to learn various limits and everything. But it is important because it may come in MCQ, or it may directly come in descriptive question, because in November 22 attempt, direct descriptive question was there for 4 marks from that learning portion only. So you have to learn this chapter. We have to learn the regulation. No need to learn the regulation numbers. only the regulation, what is written in the regulation, and have a look at the question bank. Due diligence, investigation, forensic audit, again it's a big chapter. I personally prepared it at the last, but unluckily the question was there in the exam. So I was able to attempt that. But the thing is there are, isme I can't say what is important and what is not important. It's a very lengthy chapter, but still try to cover the at least the questions which are asked in the past. After that, essay 500 and essay 200 series. Essay से question, first question is compulsory from essay. So I can't say कि कौन से essay में से आएगा और कौन से में से नहीं आएगा. They can ask from 505 कहते हैं कि final level पे इतना important नहीं है external confirmation. But in my attempt, the question was there from 505. So I can't say कि ये वाला essay छोड़ दो या ये वाला essay कर लो. You have to cover all the essays, and almost all the essays we have studied in intermediate also, so we are familiar with that. So I don't think essays will be a problem. Automated environment, again ये chapter ऐसा है, this is a very technical terms wala chapter, but what I have seen that ICI has started giving more importance to this chapter from the past 2-3 attempts. Like in my attempt, it was for 9 marks. It is just a 16 to 17 page chapter in study material. It has just 4 to 5 questions, and it was for 9 marks in my exam. So don't leave this chapter. I know it's a bit technical. We have to learn the technical terms, but it is very important because in my exam, it was for 9 marks. And I think in the previous attempt, it was for more than 5 marks. There were 2 questions, and it may be asked in MCQ also. It can be prepared there are one question is direct TLC and indirect TLC. One question is that. One is the risk assessment. So there are total of 4 to 5 topics, and audit we have to learn it because it is some technical portion. Tax audit, again, it's a very lengthy topic, and most of us try to leave it in the exam, but no need to leave it. Just try to, you can refer any summary. There are 44 clauses. So you don't have to clauses number, there are very less clauses from which question is being asked in the exam. First question is name clause. Obviously, no question will be asked from the name clause. There are 10 to 15 clauses from which question will be asked. To cover them properly. There is a topic on revised tax audit report. Cover it properly. But it was asked in the November 22, so I don't think it will be asked in May 23, but still cover it. And other than that, you should know what is Form 3CA, 3CB and everything. So it will be more than enough. Essays again, 300 and 400 is not much asked, like 400 to 450, but still go through it and what is written. And if the questions come, you are able to attempt it. If not the whole essay, at least cover the question bank. And for the last day, I have not written the audit planning, risk assessment, PSU audit. These are very, very, very small chapters. Question barely comes from them, but still if we have time actually, so we need to cover it. Go through the study material or whatever notes you are referring to, and just see what kind of questions are asked. And after that, whatever time is left, you can refer the MTP, RTPs of your attempt, of the previous attempt, or any question bank, or any topic you think you need to revise again. For example, you can have a look at the clauses of professional ethics again and everything. And this is how you need to prepare the whole audit. And if you can modify your plan accordingly, according to your requirement. But according to me, if you follow this sincerely, you will be able to you will be have a good confidence, and you will be able to score good marks in audit.
Got it. So I think this was an overall plan which I think you should follow. इसमें अगर आपको कुछ customize करना है, you can do it out. But एक outline मिल गया कौन से topic को कितना duration देना है, right? I think this will help all of you guys. Now we are going to be discussing कि how you're going to be presenting your answers. But before that, ये file जो दिख रही है आपको, right? You will find this file in a description. Description में link लगी हुई है. वहाँ पे जाना, continue में click करना. You'll be able to find out this file which is there. And you'll be also able to find out this file in a Telegram group. CMON Kit पे आपको फाइल मिल जाएगी. ठीक है. Aditi, can you please let the students out कि कैसे answer writing होना चाहिए? You can just let us know.
Yes, sir. I'll share my answer sheet, and along with I'll share the suggestions.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So starting with the presentation, first thing we all know that audit paper is 70 marks descriptive and 30 marks MCQ. So I scored 74 marks in audit and scoring 27 out of 30 marks in MCQ. So MCQ was a big savior for me. And the trick to secure, there is no particular trick to score good marks. The only thing is if you have covered the whole syllabus, you know the concept, and you have practiced some of the MCQs well in advance. See, this paper you have time also. So on the exam day, we can practice the MCQ also. Like 1 or 2 hours, we can practice there are enough of MCQs on the ICI case study digest. They can be practiced. And they are not repeat, but you will have an idea what kind of questions are asked in the exam. For MCQ, what I did not what to say did like specific practice for MCQ. The only thing is focus on the conceptual clarity. Coming on the descriptive part, see, this is a question from essay, essay 320, audit materiality. So if there is a question from, you see the question, you know the essay, start with, it's better to quote the essay number, like it gives a good impression, but don't quote the essay number if you are not 100% sure. Like it's better not to quote it rather than writing the wrong essay number. Like it will, the examiner will surely deduct the marks, and it will also create a bad impression on the examiner. If you're 100% sure of the essay number, write it. Otherwise, write as per relevant essay or something, you can write that. But try to remember the essay number because we know that 4 or 5 questions are there from the essay. So if you write it, it will definitely be good. And for presenting the answer, first of all, give the essay a reference, whatever is essay number, essay name, whatever is asked, write the provision. And then like in this question, okay, and then explain the case which is being asked, and at last conclude. The basic approach in audit questions is the same. Almost all the questions are case study based only. For answering the case study, the best approach is first of all, write the provision, whatever is being asked, either it is an essay or any chapter or anything. And then applicability may you have to explain the case which is being asked in the question in brief. Like this is being asked. Then in the third paragraph, you have to relate the provision with the case. Like this is the provision, this is the case, and you're relating to that. And last, give a conclusion in 1 line. For example, I gave the example in professional ethics. Like as per this clause of professional ethics, you will write the clause, then you will write the provision, and last you will write guilty or not guilty. Same goes for all the chapters. And if there is a direct question, then obviously you have to, like, there is no fixed pattern. Whatever is asked, you have to write it. And one thing you can notice, I have underlined all the keywords. I mentioned it earlier also, all the keywords need to be underlined, because when the examiner is checking directly, like he'll see the keywords which are being highlighted. So if the keywords are correct, he'll automatically, it may be possible, like he'll check it only. Like if we look at the other answers also, I have tried to underline the, like this was a direct question from consolidated financial statement, that what all aspects which are not needed to be shown in the consolidated financial statements. So this was a direct question, but still I gave an introduction. It's necessary. Even if it's a direct question, give an introduction in the 1 line only. Even write the first question line only, but try to give introduction, and then I wrote the answer in points. And one more thing, don't write the question in a like long paragraph. It is monotonous to read the whole paragraph. Rather break the answer into either bullet points or 2 or 3 small paragraphs. It will be easy for the examiner to check those answers. And this was a like forensic audit and audit difference question. See, the credit card operations, this was again a direct questions. So I have like started with the introductory line and written in the points. And after that, this is again automated environment question, which I mentioned, direct entry level controls, indirectly entry level control. Try to give headings, underline the headings, underline the keywords. It will create a very good impression on the examiner. Again, essay question. This is the professional ethics question. First of all, it was not from the clauses, but it was from the chartered account. This was an unexpected or different kind of questions, but still I was able to answer it because I have read the chapter.
You could see the presentation. देखो कितना cleanly लिखा हुआ है, right?
See, I have like either I have written the bullet points or either I have seen small paragraphs. It is very. Agar I'll not leave the line in between, so it will be very monotonous, and examiner will not be able to figure out what is written. And another thing also, always start a new question at the fresh page. Don't just start like you have written 6A, 6B, 6C, and then you are starting 5A from its bottom. It's not always start the question from the next page and leave at least. And even if you are answering the question parts of the same question, for example, if you have answered 6A, then leave 2 lines and then start 6B. It will give it will be easy for the examiner to differentiate between the answers. So I have underlined keywords in almost all the answers. I have given proper heading. For example, this is a case study question based on peer review. So first of all, I have explained all the relevant points which are important. After that, I have explained the present case in brief in 3-4 lines. And after that, I have given the conclusion and underlined the conclusion. So the examiner can directly see that if my conclusion is wrong, the examiner will not check the whole answer only. So he can like underline your conclusion, highlight your conclusion. And this was again a direct question. That's it, sir, about the presentation.
Got it. Got it. So I think I request all of you to follow the steps out, and definitely this is going to be helping you out to score well in examination. And if you need any more help कि sir audit में और क्या करना है, कुछ चीजें नहीं समझ में आ रही है, you can put it over a comment section. We'll be really happy to help you out, right? And I want you to prepare this plan well so that you are going to be, if your planning is well, your execution will be well. That is something which we learn in audit itself, right? तो audit का step ही होता है कि हम planning करते हैं audit करने से पहले. उसी प्रकार से आपको planning करना है and you need to implement this, right? And I wish all the very best to all of you for this paper out. एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट कि आप बढ़िया से ऑडिट को पढ़ें. 2.5 डेज में जनरली जब छुट्टी होती है तो हमें लगता है एक दिन थोड़ा सा वेलापंती कर लेते हैं. वो वेलापंती नहीं करना है. You need to study well, because if you study well, you'll be able to score well. Simple.
वो utilize हो जाएगा time. We can practice more and more questions. Written practice we can also do. We can write a mock also. Right. If we have one more extra day, rather than wasting it, we can utilize it in a more effective manner.
Right. तो उसको utilize करें. That is what my request is. And all the very best sabhi ko. Thanks Aditi for joining in, and we'll request others to watch the other strategy plan which you are going to be sharing for other subjects as well.
All the best to everyone.